Welcome everybody. So we'll call this this meeting of the Policy Committee to order. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Agenda is approved. So we also need to approve the minutes from our last meeting, which was way back in the distant annals of time, and I'm not sure how many of us remember. But do we have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
Motion.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Approved. So. The only thing on the agenda other than those two quick formalities is just to talk about SROs in the Providence Public Schools. And as I think everyone on this meeting knows, there's a group of us on the board that are intending to put forward a resolution at our next board meeting. And we wanted to have the opportunity to hear questions, information, ideas, feedback, criticism, everything that we can hear from members of the community who've been hard at work on this issue for a very long time. So, so what I'm envisioning with this, quite frankly, is, we're not going to make a decision. Our resolutions don't have to go through the policy committee. They just go straight to the board. But, we want our discussion here to kind of inform what our resolution would look like. So, we do have some folks who are signed up for public comment, and then we have other folks here from the public who I hope we can hear from as well, even if they're not signed up for public comment. And we also have Erlan and Barbara here as well. For those who are not familiar with Erlan and Barbara and what they do in the district, would you, the two of you, mind kind of quickly saying who you are and what you do?
Sure, not a problem. I'll go ahead and go. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Barbara Mullen. I am serving as the Chief of Equity, Culture, and Student Support at Providence. The largest lift of my work is just having a critical eye to our policies and practices, specifically in teaching and learning and culture and climate. I support special education division. I also lead our culture and climate initiatives like restorative practices, and I also support our early childhood.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you, Chairman. Erlan Roque, Director of Intergovernmental Affairs and Special Projects. Besides intergovernmental affairs, I take on special miscellaneous projects, such as the subject of SROs.
So I had a question for both of you just before we go to public comment on this. And please say so if this is not a question that that you can answer. What is the Commissioner and Ride's position on SROs in the Providence Public Schools? Is there a position on it one way or the other? And if you're unsure or you haven't been sort of empowered to answer that question, then obviously feel free to say that.
I'll speak to that question. So PPSD's, Rides, and the Governor's Office position on SROs is that we need to do a little more data gathering. We need to do a little bit more fact searching and figure out a way to make this current SRO program a little bit more robust and intentional for students and for school climate. So that's the position right now, is that we support the presence of SROs in schools, but how can we work collaboratively and holistically to make the program more responsive to students, teachers, community leaders?
All right, thanks, Erlan. So I think we should really just go to our public comment at the moment. We have, at least last I saw, Jen Wood from the Rhode Island Center for Justice and Hannah Stern from the ACLU, but I know there's other folks on here as well who may or may not want to speak as well. More than happy to have you do so. Jen, do you want to go first?
Thank you for the opportunity to offer public comment. I would actually like to defer to community members with whom the Center for Justice works to go first and address this issue, particularly youth who attend the Providence Public Schools. I see that Swan is here from PRISM. I see Vanessa from PRISM and Pilar and Akeem, a number, and Providence Student Union is also present. So if I might reserve my time and go after the community organizations with whom we work have had an opportunity to address the issue, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. That would be great.